Obama suddenly silent on protest after what just surfaced amid outrage over Pence leaving game. All it took was a very capable and patriotic vice president of the United States to flip the script on entitled football players and send every liberal into an uproar. Turnabout is fair play. But the left doesn't see it that way. They hope that former President Barack Obama would come out of the shadows to defend their anti-Trump Pence cause as he always has, but is suddenly silent and nowhere to be found. Now we know that this probably isn't coincidental after what just surfaced in place of Obama's sentiments. As long as statements are going to be made, Vice President Mike Pence decided he's been silent enough on the disrespect within the National Football League that's gone unchecked and decided to send his own message. It was appreciated by Americans who have been waiting for someone to take action and being perpetually disappointed each week as more overpaid athletes take a knee or raise a fist to our country. However, one specific scathing point, criticism that liberals used to try to take Pence down, just came back to bite them. The left is accustomed to Obama swooping in and saving their talking point by adding his 2 cents to keep himself relevant. Although he's known for making his own exceptionally misguided claims, even this one was too much of a stretch for him to come out and lie about, since the proof beat him to any statement he may have tried to make on the matter. Since the moment that Mike Pence and his wife walked out and publicly condemned the disrespectful protest, liberals jumped on his case about the VP being at the same game in the first place. The criticism is that he shouldn't have even been at the game he walked out of, since it was an abuse of taxpayer funds, despite turning a blind eye to the Obama's egregious overuse that continues well into their post-presidential life. A top government watchdog blasted Vice President Mike Pence for using government travel to go to Indianapolis Colts game Sunday that he quickly left, The Hill reported. Can we just make it through a weekend without this administration abusing taxpayer dollars with jet travel? Watchdog Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington crew tweeted Sunday. As the Daily Caller pointed out, Obama has spent millions more than Pence and Trump combined. So with that, Obama can't chime in without being ripped apart for being a hypocrite, but his minions are doing his dirty work for him. According to the Daily Caller, former heads of the Department of the Interior spent $971,643 chartering non-commercial flights over a 6-year period, according to documents obtained by the Daily Caller News Foundation. Former Secretary of the Interior Ken Salazar spent $586,000 and change on non-commercial flights over 3 years. Salazar took 48 such trips from 2010 to 2012 on Interior Department-owned and chartered aircraft, according to travel records. Salazar's successor, former Secretary of the Interior Sally Jewell, took 33 trips on commercial flights from 2013 to 2016. Jewell's flights cost $385,000 and change, according to Interior Department records prepared for congressional investigators. The news comes as top Trump administration officials take heat for chartering flights at taxpayers' expense. Secretary of the Interior Ryan Zinke is one of those officials under fire. Zinke has spent $72,849 on non-commercial flights so far in 2017, including one $8,066 trip on an Interior Department-owned aircraft, according to records. Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price resigned in September after it came to light he spent $400,000 on non-commercial flights since May. Facts aren't for liberals, which is why it's a lot of fun to point them out when they think they have a smoking gun on the Trump administration and proving unfortunate realities about their own party. It's pretty much proven at this point that they are either deflecting or must actually despise Democrats, since they are guilty of overspending and protesting, both of which were their biggest issues with Pence on Sunday. He's guilty of neither, but they're guilty of both. The truth is that liberals just don't like it when they are beat at their own game. They have insisted that players' divisive statements are not divisive and just their right to excessive free speech. Perhaps the same goes for spending, and if they have a problem with it, they need to look no further than how the Obama's massive budget could be cut down. The timing of this spending talk couldn't have been better as well, since it came up just 1 week after President Trump essentially forced his Health and Human Services Secretary, Tom Price, into resignation after calling his excessive travel expenses into question. Like many presidents before him, Trump didn't have to say a word about the travel, which is probably commonplace and far greater in other administrations, but did and proved he's a president of the people and concerned about excessive spending. Absolutely. They're just grabbing at straws as usual, and the facts hit them back in the face. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.